Hey guys, welcome to this latest episode of Bitcoin for Beginners. In this video we're going to be taking a look at cryptocurrency trading bots, what they are, the associated pros and cons, what's available on the market, how you should be using them, and whether or not you should be using one. Okay guys, so I'm going to make the assumption that at least most of you watching this video have already attempted some form of day trading. And those of you that are new to the space are probably contemplating giving it a go. And who can blame you? There is such huge potential for profits out there, and even in a sideways market there is profit to be had. We all know the cryptocurrency market is global. It is 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. It just does not quit. And there is absolutely nothing worse than going to bed, sleeping soundly all night, to wake up and find there has been a massive move or a flash crash in the middle of the night and you have missed out on a huge opportunity to make some serious money. And it's this reason that most people look at cryptocurrency trading bots. Now, before we get into cryptocurrency trading bots, there are a few other ways that we can approach day trading and making the most of it and not missing opportunities. Firstly, stock up on Red Bull and Pro Plus. We will power through the night and OD on caffeine because, let's face it, sleep's overrated anyway. Secondly, you could set alarms on your favourite portfolio tracker. Before a price hits your target, an alarm goes off and you can wake up at 2 in the morning all bleary-eyed to execute a trade. Could convert your funds back into your main trading pair, whether that's Bitcoin, Ethereum or USD, and just wait it out for another opportunity to present itself. And let's face it, this is the cryptocurrency market. There are plenty of opportunities out there. It's not such a big deal if you miss one. I don't recommend this one, but you could leave your funds on the exchange, set your buy and sell orders and hope they are triggered overnight, and then when you wake up in the morning you can have your fingers crossed that all your money is still there and the exchange hasn't been hacked and you've lost all your funds. Because let's face it, exchanges are regularly being targeted by hackers and it is just not safe to keep your funds on an exchange. So I do not recommend this to anyone. Finally, stop day trading. Just do your research, find a company or a startup that you believe in the tech, you believe in the team, invest the amount that you decided you want to invest in this company and leave it alone. Just wait, play the long game. After you've weighed all those options, we can start to think about trading bots. For those of you that have never heard of what a trading bot is, simply put, it's a computer program and it trades on your behalf given a set of instructions to act on. You would connect this trading bot to your exchange through an API. This basically gives the computer program permission to act on your behalf whilst you are not logged in. Sounds scary? It should, because you are giving over access to your account, and what happens if you're hacked, or what happens if there's compromised code in the program? Well, you can tell an exchange what actions it will allow the API to undertake. So you can allow buy and sell orders but disable withdrawal actions. You can also limit an IP address to only allowed access if it comes from your own personal IP. Now, there are issues that you may run into with this, but that's not important right now. Anyhow, back to the program. The program will read an exchange, and when its set parameters are triggered by the information it receives from the exchange, it will execute a trade automatically whilst you are asleep or away from the computer. So let's talk pros and cons, and it's always nice to start with the good stuff, so we'll start with the pros. You can now trade 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year without interruption, which is absolutely amazing. There's no emotion involved, so there's no FOMO, there's no panic selling, there's no revenge trading on a bad trade. The parameters are met for it to execute a trade. That is exactly what it does. We have the ability to backtest our trading strategy. This means that we can take our trading strategy and compare it to the historical data within the market to see how it would do. This gives us a level of security that without it, we just would be running blind. We can now test our strategy in bear cycles, bull markets and sideways markets, so that we now know which strategy to implement given a current trend in the market. We don't need big, expensive, 4-screen PC setups. And although kitting out your desktop with 4 screens all filled to the bursting with different charts of different coins on different exchanges does look badass and sure as hell gonna impress family and friends, it's just unnecessary. A trading bot can access and simultaneously carry out trades across multiple trading pairs on different exchanges, and all of this from a single Windows desktop or Apple Mac or laptop in the comfort of your own home. Now, you can be forgiven for thinking, okay, this is a money printing machine, let's get the ball rolling and just watch that money pour in. But there are cons associated. This is not just a set and forget way of trading. You probably guessed the first one, it's scams. They are everywhere. It's really hard to find a legitimate project, as everybody is out there trying to get your money for absolutely nothing. Even some of the legitimate ones are just so poorly coded that they have no hope in hell of actually making you a single profitable trade. I know this from experience, unfortunately. Now, there are things that you should be looking out for, because more often than not, if it sounds too good to be true, then it probably is. And businesses and companies that are promising you guaranteed high profits for very low one-off pricing, the chances are these are scams and you are never going to see your money again. Have a look at other people's experiences as well. Hit forums like Bitcoin Talk or Reddit and discuss with other users where the fall-ins are or whether they've had success, and do your own due diligence. Also, be on the lookout for free trial offers, because developers that know the code in their program is shoddy are very likely not going to want to give it away for free to allow you to trade with it and learn it. So there's also hardware issues to think of. If you are running on a desktop at home, you've got power outages to contend with, the wear and tear of a desktop, they do just give up and die. You have internet outages and various other things that could all prevent you from trading. We also have to be careful with backtesting, and although I touted it as a pro, there is a negative side to it as well. Because we are looking at historical markets, it's very easy to be able to overcomplicate a trading strategy so that you end up with 100% gains and absolutely no bad trades whatsoever, and then you take it live and it just is absolutely shocking. Now, this will come with experience. If you're tweaking it to a historical market, that's just not going to repeat in that same order again, so it's very unlikely it's going to work the same way. Don't be chasing 100-200% gains with zero losses. You are going to execute bad trades even with a trading bot. Look at a long period of time. Is this strategy profitable over an extended period of time? And of course, it does need to be monitored. It's not like you can just set this thing running, leave it on, and come back in a few months and just collect your gains. That is not how it works. The market is cyclical, it changes all the time, trends come and go very quickly, and your trading strategies need to react as well. Computer programs are infallible. They contain bugs. Software has to be updated because there's faulty code in it. Your internet connection could have a high ping on it, so therefore the information that's being sent backwards and forwards is delayed, which means you're executing slow trades, and one bad trade could snowball into a whole series of losing trades and wipe out your entire portfolio for trading. And we have to remember that markets are cyclical. Bear markets, sideways markets, bull markets, they all repeat over. Although the candles will be different, the cycles are the same, and we should implement different strategies for different markets. So bear that in mind when backtesting and going forward into live trading, that it can change and you will need to react accordingly. And of course, there is the biggie. If you are operating a trading bot, it means that your funds have to stay on an exchange for the bot to be able to access them. I don't recommend leaving any of your funds on an exchange, and this is one of the big drawbacks for trading bots is you do have to leave them there. If you diversify the amount across multiple exchanges, so you have small amounts scattered over several exchanges, this is sort of a way of managing your risk, because if one of the exchanges gets hacked, you're only losing a small portion of what you've allocated for trading. But also, it's very important to remember, if you are successful in your trading and you start to accumulate some money, you need to take it off the exchange, store it in a cold wallet and leave it. It's very, very tempting to start leaving your profit on the exchange so that you're then trading with higher amounts and chasing that bigger and bigger gain. But sooner or later you will get burned and you will lose that, and you will only have yourself to blame if you haven't taken your profits. So please take profits on a regular basis. Okay, so what options are on the market? Now there's absolutely tons out there. I'm just going to name 3 of the most popular. There are a lot more legitimate projects out there if you really dig in and have a look. But in no particular order, the ones I'm going to very briefly talk about are 3 Commas, Haasbot and Gunbot. So starting with 3 Commas, it has a 4-tiered pricing structure. The starter package starts at $22 a month, so that's $264 a year. The advanced package is at $37 a month, so that's $444 a year. The advanced package is $75 a month, so that's $900 a year. And then there's the enterprise level, which I don't think we really need to talk about in this video. So 3 Commas works with, I think it's 12 exchanges, and this includes Bittrex, Binance, Poloniex, and many others. And from what I've seen, it does look fairly beginner friendly. It's very clean, simple layout, looks relatively easy to use, and the best thing about 3 Commas is they actually offer a free trial so that you can get started and start to earn a profit before you decide whether you want to go ahead with a subscription. Moving on to Haasbot, it again has a tiered pricing structure, but this time with 3 individual tiers that can be purchased at 3, 6 and 12 month subscription basis. It is the pricier option, with the price tag being at 0.32 Bitcoin, which works out roughly at just over $1,200 a year. Bearing in mind this is the most expensive package for the longest time period available, but I'm assuming that this is what most of you would probably go for, as it is fully functioning with all the bells and whistles and enables you to trade several exchanges and multiple strategies simultaneously. But this hefty price tag is balanced out by the functionality, as Haasbot is one of the most sophisticated trading bots on the market. It even has the ability for those with C# programming knowledge to fully customize any of the bots. Finally, we have Gunbot coming just under Haasbot with a price tag of 0.3 Bitcoin, which is just under the $1,200 mark. This is for a lifetime license. So over an extended period of time, this will work out a lot cheaper than most of your subscription-based pricing models. Now, this is not the most beginner-friendly program out there. It does look to me like you are going to have to invest some time learning how to use the program correctly before going live with any trades. One of the talking points for this particular program is that it can be run on a VPS. This is a virtual computer run on a server and eliminates any downtime that could happen from power outages or internet connectivity issues that you may experience at home. But this isn't something that your average retail investor will be able to achieve easily. Now, these are just 3 options on the market that are available to you, and before deciding on any, I really do recommend you go out and do your own research before settling on any final program. Okay, so now you've picked a program and you're ready to roll. Now, of course, you have to set this up, and there isn't a one-size-fits-all answer for how to use all trading bots, as they are all individual and each will have its own quirks. But the important factors are allocating enough funds across exchanges for you to be able to safely trade whilst minimizing risk of losing money. Now, not that you've asked for my advice, but I'm going to give it anyway because you're watching this video. I recommend not trading with your entire portfolio. It's a wise move to keep some aside for the long haul. These projects you have the utmost faith in doing really well and weathering the storms, keep those for the long term. Now, after you've allocated your funds, you need to connect the exchanges using an API. Now, this could be a video in its own right, so if you would like more information on how to set up an API for multiple exchanges, let us know in the comments below and we would be more than happy to put that together for you. So next we need to set up our strategies, and this includes setting our time frames, choosing our indicators, whether that's a MACD and RSI combo or simply just using the Bollinger Bands. You need to be setting your profit margins and your stop losses. You should at this point be aware of what they all are and how to properly make use of them. So you've set your indicators, you've chosen your time frames, you've planned out your trading strategy. Now we have to backtest. Here we can run it against a bear, bull or sideways market, but remembering not to over optimize to the historical data. Make sure it works over a long period of time and your strategy is profitable, but don't obsess over bad trades. There are always going to be anomalies. So we've back tested, it comes back positive, everything's ready to go, and we implement it into a live market. Now, I strongly recommend that you pay very, very close attention to how the bot performs in the early stages. Okay, now we have the big question. Should you be using trading bots? No. Well, if there's any elements of this video or anything that I've mentioned in this video that's left you feeling somewhat confused, then a cryptocurrency trading bot is not for you. We need to think about these trading bots as tools. They are for people that know how to use them and when to use them to get the most out of them. That said, if you are new to the cryptocurrency space, you need to give yourself time to mature. You have to witness the cycles firsthand. You have to watch a flash crash or an extended bear market and feel it chip away at your resolve before you even consider getting into day trading. And in this time, take it upon yourself to learn the technical and fundamental analysis and go out there and implement them for yourself. Don't just jump straight into a trading bot. Go out and trade for yourself. Make some winning trades, make some losing trades, and experience that so you know what it's like. On the other hand, if you've been in the market, you have traded for yourself, you are aware of what these indicators are and how to use them, and you're looking at a way of extending your working day without having to be at a computer, then a trading bot could be exactly what you need. And I don't need to tell you to do your research. And it's to you that I would love to talk to. And do you have any success stories or any horror stories that you want to share with me and the community, so that we can all learn from your mistakes, so that none of us have to make them. If you don't mind sharing, it would be great to read them in the comments below. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, you know what to do. Smash that like button and hit subscribe. And don't forget to click the bell icon to be informed of all of our latest videos as they go live. I've been Fez for Bitcoin for Beginners. Take care.